What's up, everybody? It's your favorite third installment's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at Hook and Long Haul from the Constructicon Devastator set. So let's start with Hook. That sounded hollow. Wonder where that was from. Sorry, Brandon. Okay, so this looks okay. It doesn't look great. It looks a little stout, but it looks okay in regards to the rest of the line. Paint here, there, and that's it. So kind of what you've come to expect. No extension here. You get the hinge here, no swivel there. So kind of stagnant, kind of plain, kind of simple, kind of lame. That's not going to be in the next song, I promise. But it looks the part, straight on, straightforward, close enough, I guess. Something looks off about it to me. But I guess it's like it's in the ballpark. What do you want from me? So this here, we bend down these elbows, y'all. And then we gotta move this unit. And then you gotta move this other unit over here. And then tab them both together. And that is pretty much that. This piece flips down here for the connection. Open up the hood here. This is a good storage place, by the way. I like that. And then that closes back up, and that comes out like that. Combiner Wars Devastator head comes forward, and it's on a swivel, but we'll get to that. Don't you worry. Yeah. And that's that, as they say, is that. And now we'll go to robot mode. So store that head back away. It is a fine head. Let's see if I can't remember how they do that. There we go. And tuck these little combiner ports away. And I can't remember whether this one's up or down, but it doesn't really matter. And then open this back up. Now here you can go ahead and you can get these legs kind of going, I think. These come down like that. Does that plug in there? I guess it stays in the back like that. I don't really know. Same on this one. This is like kind of typical Combiner Wars design here. Down and around. Bottom sides down. Plug. Plug. Shoulders down. This whole assembly is on a double hinge. You can turn the head around now, make it easier for you. And comes down, and there's Hook. Let's talk about him. So, let's get his fists out. Can't forget those. Fist. And he's kind of got the same proportionate arms as Mixmaster, which is stupid. Alright, so head is on a ball joint. Good up, good down. Beautiful head sculpt. Once again, nailed it, as my boy Decepticon would say. It's beautiful. Once again, all this detailing in here looks great. That's all sculpted in there. That's nice. Gray paint, black paint, red paint, gold paint, silver paint, tampered symbol. Looks good. Shoulders are on this hinge. You get a little bit of up, you get the swivel here, and then you get the universal, basically, is what you got there, but you only get to there because of the kibble. Unless you turn it, it's still a decent range of motion, all things considered. You can even get it up underneath there if you want. Alright, not a lick of paint on the arms, the entire arm, not one single lick of paint. We got a elbow that... Sorry, it's like a double. it's like a double jointed elbow, but it's not because it's just one single hinge. That looks silly because it breaks the sculpt apart. But you can get it all the way up to there, so that's fine. It's not fine at all, but it works just fine in terms of getting the range of motion. And then the wrist, it goes out to there and then plugs back into there, so that's okay. Same for the other side. No waist swivel. You can break it apart if you want to kind of get another teapot, but why would you want to do that? Universal friction joints for the hips, and they work perfectly. It was another good choice. Range of motion is not hindered whatsoever in any direction. Looks good. Hollow as all night in the thigh and in the calf. The thigh swivel is built into the bottom of the universal joint, works just fine. We do have silver paint on the shin, so that's a nice little breakup of color. And then the feet get you an rocker and the slightest bit of a tilt, so that's pretty good. The crane is there. It's not going anywhere, but it will help him stand. And this fella, I know there's plenty of people out there that cannot wait for me to get this guy into bot mode to talk about my issues with this fella. But we'll just start with the truck mode, which does look decent by all rights. Looks plain, but it looks decent enough. The black and silver and all that stuff looks good. The purple windows looks good. I can dig that. The wheels still look stupid. They painted them. They would have looked nicer. There's a lot of stuff that they would just taken a little bit of time and effort. It would have looked really nice. Like this. I mean, it just looks like a green. It just doesn't look. It just doesn't look like a $150 set of toys to me. But sculpt-wise, it is there. It is in truck mode. So to get it into combine mode, you pull up the hands and make them curtsy, like that. And let's see, pull this whole. Gotta get this out and around, and then I think this actually tabs back in of sorts. What am I doing wrong here? Pull these down. You can do that. Then you open this up here. Where are you? There. There. There we go. And these pieces have got to go down in there. And that's basically it there. It's hard to get it all in frame, actually. So monstrously big. But yeah, we'll see how this plays out there. It's not clean, but it's there. So to get it into bot mode, you just collapse these panels up down here at the feet, wrap them back around, fold the feet down, wrap these back around, fold the feet down. Spin the waist. Oh boy, this one's my favorite, I think. Let's get the head up here. And maybe the shoulders had to be up and combined. Maybe that was a trick. Alright, let's back the camera out. Proportions are kind of all over the place. He looks unhealthy. You know, he might want to think about checking out some diet options. Let's just get into it, shall we? So the head, once again, beautiful. It's on a swivel this time for sure. I don't want to break it, but nice silver metallic, nice red eyes, looks great. This down here, you got these joints. You can kind of cheat and get them out and then get a little bit more articulation, but pretty much it's pretty hindered just to there. Probably the least amount of articulation in a shoulder I've ever seen ever on a toy. You do get the swivel all the way around. The elbow is a backwards elbow, so you can punch out like that, which is ridiculous. Not a lick of paint on the arms. Once again, the chest we've already talked about when it was in truck mode as far as paint is concerned. Ratcheted waist swivel, which works just fine. Super tight ratcheted universal joints for hips in both directions. You got the red paint there and the metallic finish, which looks nice. Same thing on the pelvis. And then you got a knee that gets you 90 degrees. But once again, because it's like a perfect square, the knee is pretty much just, it's useless. Do you know what I mean? He's still standing, even though he hasn't got a knee bent. And then ankle rocker. And that is this guy in all his beauty. Look at that. So that's him. This is my least favorite, I think, as many people would suspect. Looks like he's been eating tons of chocolate, as my boy Oscar NJ Boy would say. On par with our size comparisons for this set, Brainstorm and Springer. And as you can see, Long Haul isn't that much taller, which is a good thing. He is that much wider, which is not as good. And they're all much more hollow. It should be noted that Long Haul isn't actually as hollow as the rest of them. It's with Long Haul's hollowness is pretty much all in the forearms there. But yeah. Hook at 0.38. Brainstorm at 0.32. Pretty close. Springer at 0.30. Long Haul at almost a pound. So this is where the weight of the plastic in terms of price is coming from. Final thoughts. Let's talk about Hook. Proportions are an issue. That looks absurd. And the general hollowness and lightness per size. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my only gripes with him. And then this guy is he's just an absolute train wreck. He's ridiculous looking. He doesn't really look like Long Haul to me, aside from the head sculpt. It actually is the least looking Long Haul, or feeling Long Haul that I've ever messed around with. The arms are just absurd. It's ridiculous. It just is. It's obnoxious. Look at it. It's like a joke. I feel like it's a joke. I feel like this is Mega Block to Lego. Once again, though, the head sculpt's all sorts of on the money. The attention to detail and the chest, perfect. I wish that could have been followed through with the rest of these designs, with the rest of I wish the materials were on par with the designs of the heads. You know, I wish that the heads were the standard that the rest of the figure had to meet, and they don't. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.
Well, Mr. Skullface, I do understand, the issues, but I feel that maybe the worst is behind you with this set.
I wouldn't go that far, Doc.
Oh, that is a husky fellow. He looks like he's made out of a sandcastle bucket.
Full of Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is the type of guy that puts vanilla icing on his pizza. This is the next spokesman for Otis Smith Meyer cookies. This guy got mad at the salad options at McDonald's, so he ate the cashier. I heard him and the other Constructicons had a falling out.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they stole his pants. It's not really their fault, though. They thought it was their bed sheets. They went to go make their bed. This guy has a fur coat made of foxes. The foxes refer to that day as the Day of Blood.
Mr. Skullface, I don't think we need to fat shame your Transformer. That's quite inappropriate.
You know what's kind of anatomically correct about this one?
What is that, sir?
Like, if you were this size, you'd kind of be limited to this sort of an arm motion, too.
Well, when you put his arm straight forward, does the bottom of it wiggle?
No, but it definitely, the shape is there. The most dangerous place for an Autobot to be is A, on his dinner plate, or B, right next to him. Guess he'll do this. And boy, I wouldn't stand next to him.
So, Mr. Skullface, you...
He will your rib cage up. This is when he curtsies. It's very bizarre, though, isn't it? Like, just design-wise, like, he's the same length this way as he is this way, almost. He kind of looks cute with his arms out to the side like that, though.
Oh, thunder thighs.
Yeah. He loves rice cakes. That's one thing I know about this guy.
Oh, that's a very healthy choice.
It is, except with his, he likes his dipped in ice cream, wrapped in bacon, and then deep fried in the tears of fat children. This is Michelle Obama's worst nightmare. This is like the guy in Seven.
The glutton.
The glutton. His arteries are a glutton for punishment. Eh?
From what I've seen, I think this is an easy choice for you, Mr. Skullface.
Imagine if you ran into a person this fat and elbows were this skinny.
This would be an odd look.
It would be the most bizarre individual you'd ever bumped into. The other Constructicons need to have an intervention. This guy's digging his own grave with a fork and spoon. You hear how they killed Longhaul?
No.
Oh, they lured him outside with a cheeseburger. Got the jump on him. Now this guy.
Yes. Yes.
This is another one.
Are you
Interesting.
Are you happy with this one?
I'm fairly happy. Great head sculpt.
Mm-hmm.
And elbows are a little weird. And I'll be honest with you, when I first got him out of the box, it was dark. All I could see was a silhouette. I thought it was a toy of me.